Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to tell you guys about all of the classes that I have played throughout all the years of me playing MapleStory. Obviously, I've played the game for a very long time. I've made so many different videos trying to help you guys out or entertain you guys in any way about MapleStory. And I will continue to do so as well. And I'm super grateful for all the support that you guys have given me. And will keep doing my best. Something that I get asked pretty often on this game, whether it's on stream or on YouTube comments or anywhere else, is how do I know certain things? Like, how do you know this? Or how do you know that? Like, how do you know this about this class? How do you know what this skill does? How did you know that this class is going to struggle at this point? And just like very strange information about this game, right? So this video, I wanted to make it because I thought it'd be pretty cool to reflect on all the classes that I've played, what I think about them today versus maybe what I've thought about them in the past, why I played them, or anything like that. And then also, I wanted to ask you guys, what class would you guys want to see me play? Like, if there's one of the classes that's on this list that you're surprised I didn't play, or maybe you think I would enjoy based off of the other classes that I've played, definitely recommend it in a comment down below and let me know what you think. Sell me on your class, basically. Sell me on the class and tell me why I should play it, or maybe why I should avoid your class. Maybe it's horrible and I should never play it. So I made this list of classes that I've played, but wait, don't look at it and be like, oh my god, tier list screenshot, I'm going to post it everywhere. Oh my god, Duky said that Shadow, Kanna, and Hayato are the best classes in the whole game, and you should never play Bishop because it's at the bottom of this tier list. No. The tier list format is just convenient. It's just convenient to organize all the classes. I made this format, like all the images with the names and everything like that, so I just want to use it. So yeah, this is not like an actual like tier list, but it's just to organize the classes. So at a bare minimum on this game, I've played at least every single class to 200. Now, that doesn't mean that I've played it in the sense of like I created it, used extreme growth potions, and got to 200. No, I've actually at least trained every single class from 0 to 200 at least once in my life. Because actually back in the day, there were no extreme growth potions and you had to actually train every single class. So just to give you a little bit of information about like my MapleStory timeline, I'm sure many of you have actually been playing the game longer than I have. I didn't play back in pre-Big Bang 2006 2007, like that era of MapleStory. I actually never played it. I got into this game in around 2011 or 2012. I don't remember exactly when. I remember one of the big updates was the update that had Mercedes, Cannon Master, and Demon Slayer. I think those were the three that just came out like when I started playing. It was like all over the website, back when the website had like the play button to launch the game. And I remember that was like when I really started playing the game because a person in my class wanted me to play the game with her. And I just got into it and I had no idea what I was doing. I would literally just log in, unironically like go kill mushrooms and golems and then like Kerning City Malls, the CDs and the Bobas and like the jesters and stuff. I didn't really even talk to anybody in game either or do PQs. Like I just literally logged in, killed mobs, and had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Like that's what I was doing in 2012, around there. The highest character I ever got at the time was a Cannon Master or Cannoneer at the time, and it was level 120. And I thought I was on top of the world, bro. When I unlocked 4th job, I thought I was him. But anyways, eventually I quit playing Maple because of whatever reasons. And then in 2015, when Reboot first came out in December, I got back into the game. I don't remember exactly how I found out about Reboot releasing, but I thought it was cool. And I started playing again, and that's when I made my Hayato, like my original Hayato, and that's when I started playing Hayato. So from 2015 till now, I've been a Hayato main. Like I've been playing Hayato for a very, very, very long time. But this video is obviously much more than Hayato. So the reason why I actually made Hayato, this is just like a TMS, I think, picture, or maybe CMS. The reason why I actually made Hayato in the first place was because on the class selection screen, it used to have these meters that looked like this. It had these like blue squares that would say attack damage, mobility, defense, and then like difficulty to play. So when I was scrolling through the classes in 2015 looking for a main, I saw this for Hayato and I was like, holy shit, this is the most broken class in the game. I have to play this. And then I remember thinking I was like a little scared. I was like, oh, the difficulty to play is maxed out. I don't know if I could do this, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna try it. It has to be OP if its stats are basically maxed. And to this day, even if you look at the MapleStory website, they have like a game tab, classes and jobs, and you could click on the classes, and it has these meters. And to this day, if you click on Hayato, it looks so OP. Like, it looks like it's better than everything else. Like, no other class has the stats as Hayato according to MapleStory's website. Like, to this day. Like, it still looks so broken. So I was like, oh my god, this class has to be the best class in the whole game. So that's why I made Hayato originally. Little did I know I suffered for like 5-6 years. But we'll talk about that later. Anyways, so we're just going to go from bottom to the top. And I'll probably be quick on a lot of them because I didn't play them too much, right? So, Zero. The reason why I probably never played it was because Zero originally wasn't released in Reboot. Like, it didn't come out for so many years, so I just didn't really care about Zero. And the reason why I don't play it today is because, honestly, it's just... the animations just kind of look weird. They look a little, like, old. Like, as weird as that sounds, like, the blades, the way that he like spins around, like it just looks weird to me. Like, I have very weird reasons why I play classes. Like, I don't play things because they're meta, or I don't play things because I'm just trying to be different. I want to play something bad. No, I usually play things because I just think it looks cool. Like, that's literally it. Okay, Xenon. So, part of the reason why I didn't want to play Xenon is I remember back in the day, I had a Xenon friend, and he would tell me that this class was so hard to fund because you needed all stat lines. And I remember back then, I was like, oh, like, I don't really want to play this if it's that hard to fund. Back when I was, like, an early game player, and I used to think, like, oh, funding requirements, and I want to play something that's easy to fund on the side. I don't want to spend too much money on an alt character or whatever, so I just never played Xenon. And then, honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to playing it now that I know much more about it. It's a very OP class, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the robot aesthetic, to be honest with you. Like, it's okay. It's not as bad as, like, resistance, mechanic, explosion, gears, and gizmos and gadgets and shit. Like, it's more like advanced technology. It is pretty cool, but I don't know. Maybe I'll play it. Wind Archer, honestly, just never really got into it. The thing that turned me off for a long time was not being able to move with Song of Heaven, which was their main attack, their main bossing skill, their hurricane skill. The fact that you couldn't move, I was like, bro, why do I want to play a class that's just going to stand still? The class is very beautiful, though. It's very beautifully animated with the trifling wind, all the green. I think green is a nice color. But now that you can move with Song of Heaven, I mean, I'm not really opposed to playing it necessarily. So I think it's pretty cool, I guess. Wild Hunter, I mean, historically, I've been shitting on this class for so many years. And the reason why I've been shitting on this class is because, if you remember what I said at the start of the video, I did train every single class at least to 200. And back then, Wild Hunter was one of the most miserable ones to train to 200. Like, it doesn't have the explosion mobbing skill that it does now. It used to just have, like, fucking nothing, bro. And it was so bad to play. The movement was horrible. The mobbing skills were garbage. It was, like, a nightmare. So that skill, so training it, that experience actually traumatized me for years and years. And I'm probably, like, still traumatized to this day just from this class, even though it's gotten so much better. I say that even though it's still one of the worst classes in the whole game. It's just gotten better than what it used to be. But in general, with Resistance, I just don't really vibe with the, like, gears and like, gadgets and pipes and steampunk aesthetic. Like, I just don't really like that aesthetic that much. Thunderbreaker. So Thunderbreaker is a class I think is pretty cool. It does remind me of Hayato. Like, it moves around very quickly. 2-minute burst class. Has a cool aesthetic with the sharks. I thought it was pretty cool, to be honest with you. Not really opposed to playing it or anything like that. Just never got around to it, I guess. Like, there were just other things that I wanted to play more. But it is a very spammy class. Like, you have to spam 1 or 2 key inputs, like, all the time. Especially while bossing, so I guess there's that. Phantom. So Phantom is actually something that I will be playing this year. I plan on getting a Phantom to at least level 260 and liberating it as a C10 boss meal. I've always thought Phantom was a super cool class. The way it plays, the way it moves, the way the aesthetic, I think it's super fun. There's a very high skill ceiling. I really like high skill ceiling classes as well. Obviously, you get bullied just by even talking about this class. Like, Phantom, lol, ha ha ha. Like, oh my god, Phantom, why are you playing that shit? Blah, blah, like, all this and that. But that doesn't really matter to me. So, I will be playing this class. It's going to go up probably within this year. But I just haven't gone around to it yet. I'm most likely going to be hyperburning it this summer with one of the 2 hyperburns that we get. Paladin. So I actually was debating playing Paladin very recently because of the Tanjiro event that's going on right now, where you can change Tanjiro to either be a hero Paladin or Dark Knight. And the reason why I didn't choose Paladin, I chose Dark Knight in the end, or I will choose Dark Knight in the end, is honestly because of an IGN. Like, if I were to show you my game right now, I'm on Tanjiro AFK right here at 258, and I have the IGN Hydreigon. So, in my head, I was like, if this guy's going to turn into a hero, Dark Knight, or Paladin, I feel like Dark Knight makes the most sense with this IGN because Hydreigon is Dark type. Dark Knight used to be a Dragon Knight, so I'm like, maybe there's like some sort of dragon relation there. Bit of a stretch, but I was like, honestly, just because I want to use this IGN, I'm going to turn him into a Dark Knight. But as for the way that Paladin plays, honestly, like, it's not too appealing to me. The class is, like, all yellow and orange. It's just, like, one color. I don't know. Looks pretty, like, basic to me. Sorry to all the Paladins out there. Maybe when I have a child and I'm a father, I'll play it because God knows every freaking Paladin is, like, a father somehow. At least every Paladin I know. Anyways, Mihile. So, I think I never really played Mihile in the past because this class used to be so dog shit. Like, it used to just be, like, one of those meme classes. Like, lol, you playing Mihile? Like, you're just trying to be different, right? And it was just never interesting to me. But Mihile did eventually get a lot better, and it is pretty good today. But the thing that I find really boring about it is constantly just the Royal Guard mechanic. Like, it's just not interesting to me. Like, you just have to keep doing it over and over and over again. Like, I am somebody who does like micromanaging, but it just feels so one-dimensional to me, and it's just not appealing. Mechanic, I honestly think this is probably the ugliest class in the whole game. Like, not even trolling. Like, I just hate the way this class looks. The robot's so fucking ugly. All the explosions and shit. Like, I hate that aesthetic. Like, it's just ugly as fuck. Like, I thought that back then, and I thought that today. I just hate Edelstein so much, bro. Luminous. So, I remember part of the reason why I didn't play Luminous is so many of my friends back in the day used to play Luminous. Like, they all played it, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to play it. I was, like, surrounded by Lumies, essentially. So I have, like, a weird amount of, like, Luminous knowledge that I shouldn't have just because a lot of my friends played Lumi. Lumi farmers were really, really relevant back then. So even if my friends didn't main Lumi, they had a Lumi farmer. So it's like everybody was playing Lumi regardless. But I usually don't play TP classes that much. I just prefer flash jump and being able to move outside of a grid shape. Like, TP classes, they move in like a grid shape, like up, down, left, right, basically, right? And I usually prefer to be able to move in like any direction. So I kind of don't play that many TP classes. Even though I think Lumi's aesthetic and its animations and even its movement is really good, it's just like not it for me. Kinesis. Now, Kinesis is a class that I remember when it came out. I thought it was the coolest shit ever, dropping the trains and the water container, whatever it is. I thought it was so cool. And honestly, I still think it's cool to this day. I just never got around to playing it for some reason. There were just other classes that I liked more. I wouldn't be opposed to it, though. Like, I do think it's pretty cool. I think a class that has background changing music is also pretty sick. Kain. So many people tell me I should play Kain. Like, they always say, like, dude, you would like it. Trust me. Like, it's your type of class. There's a lot of different skills. It has good movement. Kain is really strong as well. But something about it just feels a little too edgy to me. Like, I don't know what it is. But I have played edgy classes before, so I don't know. Maybe I should try it. Let me know what you guys think about Kain. Illium. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, this class didn't even fucking work for, like, years. So because it was, like, so buggy and, like, Bro, there was an era of like 2 to 3 years or something at one point where Illium, like nobody played it. Like there were probably like 5 Illiums in the server period just because the class was like perma bugged or something. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking play this class. Like that was just like the rhetoric around Illium was this shit is bugged. Like why would anybody ever play it? So I just haven't played it. But I'm not opposed to playing it these days. The thing is, Illium just reminds me too much of Orianna from League. Like, you have to, like, micromanage your ball. But I don't like playing Orianna from League either. So maybe I won't like playing this shit. But I guess I should try it more. I also hated training at 200. Like, it was fucking miserable. And doing the story. But it is a really good class, though. Like, if you want to play it, like, it is really good. Demon Avenger. I remember Demon Avenger back in the day was the most broken ass class because you didn't have to buy potions on it. Like that's what people would say. They would be like, "Oh, you don't have to buy potions on Demon Slayer. It's so OP. Like you could just full heal yourself." I mean Demon Avenger, not Demon Slayer. And I'm like, "Wow, that is OP. You don't have to buy potions." The funny thing is this class is still OP to this day. It wasn't for a while, but now it is. I'm not opposed to playing it. I think it's pretty cool. I just think the whole concept of getting RSF to do like optimal damage is dumb as fuck. But honestly, it's still really strong even without RFS. Actually, when I first created my reboot account, my original account back in the day in 2015, my second main was Demon Avenger, actually. I remember that. Dawn Warrior. So I actually am a bit of a Dawn Warrior boomer. Like I used to think, or maybe I honestly still do think that the old Dawn Warrior was cooler than the current one. I think the current Dawn Warrior, Rift of Damnation, is really cool. And it probably feels really good to use, but I think after that, this class is just miserable. Like, I don't know, like, anyone that plays this shit, and they're just, like, happy. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. Rift of Damnation is cool, but the old Dawn Warrior where you would, like, go up and down and shit, and you'd have super stance, like, I thought that was a really cool mechanic, and it kind of sucks that it's gone. So, Dark Knight, like I mentioned before, this is a class that I will be playing in the future. Like, it's not like I will never play it. Like, I'm already committed. Like, Tanjiro is going to turn into a Dark Knight, and I will be playing this guy. So, this guy's going to move up. I do think it's cool. When I think of Dark Knight, I just think of Kobe, to be honest with you, because he's, like, the one Dark Knight dude that I know that's just been playing Dark Knight forever. And, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. You're kind of invincible on this guy, and his origin is a really sick animation. Corsair, there was like a little bit of like a tiny phase where I was like, I'm definitely going to make a Corsair boss meal. I think this class is so sick. And to this day, I do think some of the things about the class is sick. I think Corsair has really cool skill names. Like Death Trigger, for example. Like, I don't know. It just has really cool skill names. And it has really good movement with the glide. I love gliding. Like, gliding feels fun to me. So, I'm open to it. Blaze Wizard. Honestly, every Blaze Wizard I know is like a clown, bro. Like, they're just like... They're just clowns, bro. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, you know when Vegeta calls Goku a clown? It's like that. Like, they're just clowns. Like, every single Blaze Wizard I know just thinks they're the funniest guy in the room. Like, I'm not even trolling. Like, the 4 or 5 Blaze Wizards I know, they all think that. I'm not really opposed to playing this class, though. I do think it's cool. I think Infernal Sphere is a very, very cool and interesting skill as well. So I'm not really opposed to it. I just never really got around to it. Bishop, obviously one of the most broken classes in the game. Honestly, like, something about being the B word of the party is not really appealing to me, bro. Like, Bishops just get bullied all day. But they kind of deserve it, to be honest with you. Like, the amount of terror and, like, abuse that players have been through because of Bishops, bro, that is not it. But as for why maybe I don't want to play it, like, I don't know. It kind of just goes back to the whole TP thing. Like, I'm not that huge into teleporting. But I guess I'm not really opposed to it because I do play Ice Lightning and Fire Poison. It would be the third one just to finish. Battle Mage, I remember I didn't want to play it because Battle Mage's main attack, I think it got better now, used to have like the tiniest hitbox. Like that main attack that would attack like around you kind of and maybe slightly in front of you Bro, I remember training a Battle Mage 200. It was one of the most miserable experiences in my life. Like, bottom 3, period. Like, bottom 3 worst experiences ever to train 200. I think it's called Final Blow. Like, I don't remember what the main attack is called, but it was horrible. It was, like, actually, like, the worst thing ever. And I just remember I'm like, I'm never going to fucking play this, guys. I hate this shit. Aran, I was actually very close to playing old Aran instead of new Aran, because I thought old Aran had a lot of really cool, like, animation cancel mechanics, very interesting movement. I thought it was, like, one of the most sleeper OP classes in the whole game. So I was like, dude, like, Aran is really appealing. But ever since the remaster, I've kind of just been, like, turned off by it, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think you could double adrenaline anymore, right? Like, that shit was just not... I don't know. I thought that was so cool before, but... yeah, I kind of lost interest in Aran. So now let's talk about 220 plus to 220. So 220 to 249. So these are the classes that I played at least as boss mules. So yeah, all these classes, I've played them at least at 220 boss mules. Some classes, I got them higher, like in the 240s or 230s. So I have a pretty good understanding of how these classes work, because I've literally trained them, bossed on them week to week to week for a long time, and have just spent a lot of time on them. So these classes down below, like, you know, at the end of the day, I only trained them to 200. Obviously, with a lot more experience, my thoughts on them would probably change. But with these classes at 220 plus to 249, my experience probably won't change too much, but we'll see what's going to happen. So Pathfinder, I played it when it first came out, because obviously when Pathfinder came out, there were rewards for playing it and stuff like that. And eventually I turned it into a boss meal. And I thought Pathfinder was super cool. I still think it's cool. It's one of my go-to recommended classes for people to play this game that are brand new. Now, the reason for that is because it's very simple, has decent enough support, and a decent enough skill ceiling that if you want to actually, like, try hard on the class, you can get rewarded for it, because there is skill expression on playing Pathfinder. Now, whenever I say that, whenever I say, like, oh, this is one of my go-to recommended classes, people are like, huh? Like, Pathfinder sucks, bro. Enable Pathfinder that's cleared hard limbo, blah, 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 blah. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, just as a new player experience, like, it's good. Anyways, I'm getting kind of derailed here. Anyways, so I've enjoyed playing Pathfinder. I think using the torrent skill, triple impact, glyph, like, it has a lot of, like, micro skills that you have to press the whole time, not just like your macro, and it has very, very good movement. So, and it's also very beautifully animated. Like, I like a lot of the new classes because the animations on them are really, really nice. So it feels really good to play. Now, Marksman. Honestly, I played old Marksman, and then I played post-Destiny, like, newer Marksman. Old Marksman was so miserable because of the distance gimmick. Like, the further you are, like, the more damage you did. Like, I didn't really like that. But the new Marksman was pretty good. Problem I have with Marksman is I think it's just too boring. Like, let's say you're in a boss, you put down your arrow illusion dummy, and you're just literally holding down one button. Like, it's just so boring. I think it's pretty fun when cartridge is up and you're just, like, shooting those big blasts. But other than that, it's so freaking boring. Lynn. So Lynn is one of the very new classes. I actually quite enjoyed playing it. I think at this point, it's pretty boring for me. Like, it's just very, very basic, very standard. It's very, very simple to play. I think the Lynn movement is very, very, very good with the bird dashes and stuff. I think that's very fun. But at the end of the day, because it's such a, like, flat DPS curve class where even if you're buffed up or you're not buffed up or you use your origin, you don't use your origin, the boss's HP is going down at the same rate pretty much. So it just kind of feels like you're in a loading screen and you're just, like, waiting for it to, like, finish. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like playing Lynn for me. Khali. Khali's actually one of my favorite classes to play. I will be playing it much more. Right now, it's just not that high level. But the reason why I like Khali so much is honestly because of the vibe and the aesthetic. Like, the class is fun to play in the sense of it's a lot of micromanagement, a lot of animation canceling, very high speed movement, and all that. I just think her lore, like, this is one of the very few classes that I actually know the lore and spent time reading it and stuff like that. Her lore, her aesthetic, and the vibe, like the way that the class plays, the way it looks, all that stuff, I actually like it a lot. So it makes me enjoy the class more. So maybe I would like other classes more if I learned their lore. Like Mihile, for example, I actually know the lore and it's pretty good. But for Khali, yeah, it definitely enhances the experience for me. Like, as strange as that might sound. So I look forward to playing this a lot more. It will be much higher level, like 275 plus eventually. Why the hell is Kaiser here? Go back down. I don't know why Kaiser was there. I guess I misplaced him. Yeah. Honestly, like, fuck this class. Like, this shit was so miserable to train to 200 as well. And I think its animations are so ugly. It's like one of the ugliest classes in the game. When it first came out, it was chills, though. Like, it was really chills when it first came out with the animation and everything. But, yeah. Nowadays, no, I'm not playing this shit ever. Ice Lightning. So I'm very, like... I'm very weird with Ice Lightning because... I actually think the class is cool. Haha, cool because it's ice, right? But actually playing it didn't feel good for some reason. Now, people were telling me it's because I didn't have attack speed inner. I actually do have attack speed and buff duration inner, like attack speed and 38 buff. And it still didn't feel that good. Like, it just felt slow for some reason. Like, everything about it just feels slow. Everything from holding down Lightning Orb, even though they made Lightning Orb faster, it still feels slow. Everything from how fast Bolt Barrage goes towards the target, it also feels slow. Like, everything from the Ice Age animation, like, for some reason, I just feel slower playing this class, even though I think the class is very cool. Like, conceptually. It's very strange. So I kind of just don't really play it much anymore, but I have it. Now, Cadena. So Cadena is another class that I will be playing much more. Like, it's going to be much higher level. It's currently hyper burned right now, so it'll be at least level 260. C10 boss meal. I actually don't know too much about this class. This is one of the very few classes that I'm not, like, super knowledgeable about. I do look forward to learning it a lot more. The class is one of the harder classes in the game, which is fine because I play Hayato, and I think Hayato is the hardest in the whole game. And yeah, it's just going to be a very different playstyle for me. I'm definitely going to have to learn it. It does remind me of Khali, so I probably think I will like it. But look forward to what I think about Cadena in the far future, because this thing will get funded long term. And it's one of the OP classes, so I mean, like, it's got to be good, right? Like, it's an OP class. It's got to be good. Like, I got to play the OP class, surely, right? Like I can't play anything else, huh? Anyways, let's continue. So, Buccaneer. Buccaneer is very good. It's very, very fun to play. I think Lore of the Deep is sick. I think the animations are cool. The movement's good. Everything about it is very cool. Like, I think this is like one of the most enjoyable classes I've played as well. I think super jumping is, like, very addicting. It's so addicting to super jump. And... just fly around the maps, even just in town. Like, that stuff is so fun to me. Maybe I should pick Buccaneer back up. Who knows? The thing is, I don't really do, like, these 220 boss moves that much anymore. I really work on, like, the higher level ones these days. BowMaster. I thought BowMaster was really cool initially. Performance-wise, it was super good. Like, it felt really strong and gets the job done very easily. It's just, it's so boring. Like, it's such a boring class. Like, you really just press your buffs and hold down one button. Like, it's very, very, very boring. So I don't know if I'll play it again. Blaster. So Blaster is something that's very interesting and something that I do want to pick up again. I actually got taught how to play it by Heat Boy, and he spent like an hour just sitting down teaching me very good, like, basics on Blaster, and I got the hang of it. And it did feel very, very rewarding to play this class when you played it properly. So this is something that I do want to pick back up. At the moment, there's just so many other things that I'm working on right now, but I definitely will pick it up eventually again. It's cool. I like that a lot. I think it's really OP as well. Like, I felt like this was the most broken class I ever played in my life when I was playing it, to be honest with you. Dual Blade. So part of the reason why I like Dual Blade so much is because the class just looks really sick. Like, I think the animations are really cool. Everything from Blade Storm, NATO, but Blades of Destiny, like, all those skills, they just, like, feel really cool. Especially using Blade Tornado with Blades of Destiny. Like, that combo just feels very, very, very satisfying on this class. I think that movement is pretty cool too. So I really like Dual Blade. I'm probably going to end up leveling it and playing it a lot more as time goes on. Arc. So Arc is one of the classes that I think was so cool. I remember when it came out, I was like, yo, this is the coolest class ever because its animations were crazy. Abyssal Recall was so insane. Even the Ravenous Beast skill, like that skill just looks crazy. Arc has one of the coolest animations in the whole game. Problem with Arc is when you're not in Spectre form, it's one of the most miserable experiences, like straight up. Like I actually hate playing this shit when it's not in Spectre form. When you're in your normal Flora form, it does not feel good. It does not feel good at all. So it's very polarizing, like the experience playing this class. It's not it. Angelic Buster. So I actually do enjoy playing AB. AB does feel very OP, like with the 1 minute bursts. I think the animations are really cool. It recently got remastered, so like the animations and stuff, they're so nice. I think Sparkle Burst is so satisfying to use. The big heart explosion and then your iframe for 10 seconds. Like that's crazy, bro. This thing has built-in Jenny iframe. The other thing that was very interesting about AB is it had the best flash jump. It might still have the best flash jump. I don't know though. But it had one of the best flash jumps for a very long time. So like moving around on it felt really good. Even Pink Pummel, like that was very smooth and felt nice. So now after this 220 to 249, let's talk about 250 to 274. So these are either C10E boss mules that I've played or bare minimum trained them to level 250 and did like pretty strong boss mule with them, or I've played them like a lot, like that basically like Legion champion level or anything like that. So these are the classes that I've played quite a lot in my life, and I have a like pretty good understanding of how they work in my opinion, and just put a ton of hours into them. So Nightwalker. Now initially I was a Nightwalker hater for a long time. I just thought it was so weird. I don't really know why, to be honest with you. I think the Nightwalkers that I just knew at the time, like years ago, I just thought they were annoying. So it made me think Nightwalker was annoying. But eventually I started playing it. And I learned a lot. Like there is some decent tech on the class. Some micromanaging. Because I really like micromanaging on this game. And like with the Shadow Bite. And it feels very satisfying to get your burst done properly. Like when you have all your buffs done perfectly well, momentum stack, Shadow Bite FD, and you are tapping Rapid Throw. Like tapping Rapid Throw like does feel satisfying. Like you feel like you're doing a lot of damage. You are doing a lot of damage. So it feels good. But it does have a little bit of Night Lord syndrome with like, you know, once your spears go down, like you just feel like you're doing literally nothing for like a minute to 90 seconds. Like it just feels horrible. I think the backstep movement is really cool though. Now, the next is Shade. I got the Shade Hyperburn from one of the recent events not too long ago. I think Shade is kind of boring, to be honest with you. It's just very simple to play. It's very strong, obviously, or anything like that, but for me, it's just boring. Like, it's just so simple. You just press your buffs, hold down your True Spirit Claw, and, like, that's it. Like, when you're playing this class, it feels like you're just holding down one button, to be honest with you. And because the class has such high survivability and such, like, crazy forgiveness when you play it, you could legit just hold down one button and just tank everything. Like it's crazy. So for me it's a little boring, but I still play it anyways. Like it's good regardless. Night Lord, honestly I think this is my #1 least enjoyable class to play in the whole game. Like straight up, I think it is the least I think it is the least enjoyable for me in the entire game. Now, the reason for that is because Night Lord off burst is just so boring. I'm talking about like for around 2 minutes to like 2 minutes and 10 seconds of your time, it feels like you're doing nothing. The boss HP is just barely going down. If you mess up your burst at all, you are just so punished. Like you are punished so hard. Now, I know some Night Lords will be like, oh, you might not be libbed. You don't have a roar. I do have a roar. I am libbed. And yes, it did get better when I got libbed. It did get better when I got a roar and all that stuff. But it's just still not enough, bro. It's still not enough. Like, this class is just so boring, especially off burst. Like, it's just not it. Now, honestly, playing Night Lord, you might ask, like, why are you even playing it then? Like, why did you even make a Night Lord? So the thing is, Night Lord farming is really, really good. You have bonus drop rate as well on this class. So I made it to farm familiars. Like, that was the whole point. And because I got it really strong to farm familiars, I was like, oh, might as well boss on it, right? Like, it has the gear and everything. It has drop gear. Like, might as well also do bosses on it. It's just so miserable to do bosses on. This is one of the classes that you need to be, like, very, very over spec for the boss to feel like you're good. Like, it feels like you're good. So, for example, let's say, my Lara, my Fire Poison, and my Night Lord are all around 100 mil CP, right? Like, right now, they're all around 100 mil CP. But my Fire Poison and my Lara feel so much better to boss on because they actually have DPS. So, like, when I'm hitting the boss HP actually goes down. Whereas when I play Night Lord, it feels so horrible. And my boss clear times are slower because, let's say the boss has, like, 15% HP left, but my burst does, like, 20%, right? If I burst it and I get the boss to like 15 to 10%, I can't DPS out. Like, it's just not gonna die. So I have to wait for my burst to come up again, then burst it, then it'll die. So you just like waste so much time on this class waiting for burst. You're so reliant on your burst as well, which is just very frustrating to me. Like, it's just not fun to play at all for me. I just hate it so much. Now, Mercedes is actually similar to Night Lord. Mercedes is very similar to Night Lord, where it feels like I have to be so much stronger than the boss requirement just to feel good in the boss. But the difference with Mercedes, though, is there's way more micromanaging. There's way more combos. It's more interesting to play because you have crazier movement and you have more buttons to press, basically. Whereas Night Lord, it's like very one-dimensional. And also, Mercedes' burst, or one of its burst buff, at least lasts for 90 seconds versus 50 seconds like Night Lord. So it lasts longer. So there's less of like a dead time on Mercedes. So even though like it's probably down there for like enjoyment for me, like I don't really like playing it that much, it's just miles better than Night Lord in terms of enjoyment. So Lara is one of my favorite classes to play. It's really strong, my Lara. I recently saw the Black Mage on it. Lara was one of the classes that made me really appreciate different types of play styles on this game, because it made it the way you play Lara is just completely different than Hayato. So like it made me rethink the entire game, basically. Like this shit woke me up to like a whole different way of playing the game, playing like completely predictively versus reflexively. Like it's like two extreme ends of the spectrum on how you play this class. It's super micromanagey, where you have to like re-summon your summons. It has 1 minute burst cooldowns with Big Stretch and Mountain Ridge, and has the big 3-minute burst. So you're always doing something on Lara, which feels really good. But I just wish I had some sort of iframe or dash. Like, it really sucks not having an iframe or a dash on this character. Like, it really needs it, in my opinion. It's not enough that you have your like Vayne teleport or your damage reduction skill that you can't even like attack in at the same time. It's not enough. Like, it needs a dash or some sort of iframe. Like, even like a very small iframe, like a 1 second one or something, will be massive for this class. Hoyoung. So I think Hoyoung is one of the best animated classes in the entire game. The class skills look super cool. And I'm probably down to pick it up again at some point, because I think it's just really cool to play, to be honest with you. I think it has very good voice lines, just like Lara, actually. I think Lara and Hoyoung have some of the best voice lines in the whole game. I actually do play this game with sound, so like I get really into it. And Hoyoung does feel good to play, like for sure. It feels very good. The movement is really fun. I even think the off burst damage is really good, and it feels good. The sounds, like the sound design for this class is really cool too. Hero. I think Hero is one of the most boring classes I've ever played to this day as well. I have a Hero boss meal, gonna be C10E boss meal as well, but it's just so boring. Another super one-dimensional, low skill expression class where you just press a few buttons, hold down Raging Blow, and you're doing good, right? Like that's it with Hero. It's just not it for me, to be honest with you. It's just so boring. It's just so boring. Like, I just can't. Like, when you're bursting for like 20-30 seconds, like, it does feel good, but after that, it's just the most boring shit ever, bro. Fire Poison. So for Fire Poison, I do enjoy playing this class, but it's a little weird because I think this class is like underrated difficult. Like, I think it's harder than people might think, because you have to really know the boss mechanics to do good damage on this class. Like, you have to know when the boss is going to teleport so it doesn't escape your Poison Nova. You have to know how to time your infinities properly. Now, that's not that difficult when you have a lot of buff duration, but when you don't have a lot of buff duration, this class actually suffers. So what I mean by that is, because Fire Poison is a super DPS class, I feel like you really need high buff duration, because at all points in your DPS curve, you're going to want to be amplified by infinity. Versus Ice Lightning, for example, being a burst class, even if you don't have a really high amount of buff duration, at least if you have like finished stacked infinity during your burst, you're still getting good efficiency out of the class. Obviously, you still want high buff duration on all of the classes. I just think that for Fire Poison, you need it more than the other ones. Like, it gets infinity value more than the other ones. Yeah, I mean, with my Fire Poison, it is going to be a Legion champion. It's around 100 mil CP, can solo. Honestly, it could probably solo BM and everything below at this point. But yeah, it's fun. I play it every single week. I play it a lot. It's one of my main like characters on my stream right now, and I'm gonna continue to play it. Evan. So I actually have a very strange relationship with Evan, because I played it as a farmer a long time ago, literally because I wanted to be different. Early in the video, I said that I don't play classes to be different. That's the case now. But back then, when you had to make a farmer character, everybody had either a Kanna, a Lumi, or an Ice Lightning. And then there were like rumors of people who, like, very few people who had an Evan, and they made like crazy rates. Like, oh, it's like, oh my god, if you had an Evan, like, it has like the highest rates out of all the classes because its kill rate is insane. And I was like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make an Evan farmer. And I did. And I did get crazy kill rates like a very long time ago. I'm talking about like L Cup days on Evan or CLP days on Evan. Like, bro, the kill rates were insane. You were getting like almost 900 million meso per hour clean on this class. I'm talking like no WAP or Legion wealth, like per hour. Like the rates were insane on this character. So I made it strictly to farm, but then eventually I turned it into a boss mule. It's funny because I don't even know how to fucking boss on this class that properly. What I mean is, like, I barely know how to do the fusions. So I boss with the mobbing skills. Like, I boss with like the wind fusion, with the wind like onion rings, or the flame tower. Like, that's literally how I boss. Like, my old Evan bossing video, it's actually so funny because I'm just using the wrong skills the entire time. And all the Evan mains are like, what the hell is this guy doing? But like, all good though. I still got the job done. Also, proccing Elemental Radiance was always like very satisfying. Now, next is Demon Slayer. So I don't play Demon Slayer to TP farm, right? Like, I actually don't TP farm on this guy at all. Demon Slayer is a very easy pick for people because of TP farming, obviously, right? But I actually just think the class is really cool. Like, that's why I play it because it's really cool. I think using Demon Awakening and Demon Bane are very, very satisfying and just feel really good to use. So that's why I play it. And it's one of my higher liked classes, I guess. Like, I enjoy it quite a bit. I think it's very fun to play. Cannon Master. So honestly, very, very strange experiences with this class. Initially, I played it as a boss meal a long time ago, and I really liked it. And it has one of the best voice lines in the game. Got super into it. Thought it was super fun. But then I got presented with a Cannon Master challenge where I had to train this character to level 222 with only my first and second job skills, without using any daily XP or monster park or growth potions. And it made me want to blow my brains out. Like, it was the worst experience of my whole life on this game. Like, it actually just did like irreparable burnout to my psyche. So whenever I play this thing, I just feel miserable. But I do have it at a pretty high level now. I have funded it quite a bit at this point, and it did get a lot better. Like, it did get a lot better now that I'm not training it anymore. Like, it just feels a lot better now. Adele. So Adele, I've played it a lot. This is actually the only class that I debated dropping my Hayato, like straight up quitting Hayato to play. Because when Adele first came out, it was just so hype, and the animations, the skills were just so beautiful. It was so OP that like I really thought about dropping my Hayato to play it. But then I decided not to, because like Hayato is just like, that's my class, right? And I really thought about it, and I just made it as a secondary character, and I got it super strong. and I played it a lot. And honestly, at this point, I'm not as into it as I used to be. I think it's just like you get used to it, you know what I mean? Like, part of the reason why I was so into it was I think because of the wow factor. Like, it was just so new and like shiny and amazing compared to everything else. But now that it's been out for so long, it's like, you know, I could see all the classes on a more level playing field and like more unbiased. And I think it's pretty cool. It's just not something that I would like main anymore. Maybe I'll level mine up more in the future, but I'm not really like super interested. So now let's talk about 275 plus. So 275 plus are the classes that I've played the most. I either mained them at one point or I just put like thousands of hours into them, right? So first let's talk about Kanna. So the reason why Kanna's up here is because of Kanna farming. Like back in the day, if you didn't have a Kanna to Kanna farm, you were trolling. So every single old player on Reboot, all of them have a high level Kanna. Every single one of us. We just all had that experience of making a Kanna, farming our brains out from everywhere from Arcana to Asphera to Morass, like all of these zones, moving up, Moonbridge, even Lab, some maps, and Lamina, and so on, right? So I was just a Kanna farmer, right? Like I was never like a Kanna main or really bossed that much on Kanna. Obviously, I still did boss on it week to week, and my Kanna was pretty strong, but I was never a Kanna main in the sense of like crazy weaving, crazy animation canceling and stuff like that. Like I never got that into it. Even though a lot of people told me I would probably enjoy playing it just because like the weaving has really high like skill expression. But honestly, I'm just not that interested at this point. Not even just because of like Kanna memes and like Kanna bugs and stuff like that. I'm just like not that interested in it. Like I think the animations are really nice, but at the end of the day, I'm just not too into TP classes that much. So Shadower, I did main Shadower at one point for like 8 months or something, 8 or 9 months, and I played it a lot. I thought it was super cool. I actually still think it's pretty cool, even though I'm not playing it too much right now. I do have a Shadower boss meal, but I don't really like play on it that much. I'm trying to think like what could I even say about Shadower. Like I think the Meso passive felt really good. Like when you would farm on it, you would just get extra rates just because of the Meso passive. Like that also felt really good. The skill expression on Shadower is good. There's 3 main things that made the class interesting to me. First of all, you have to always try and stay in Dark Sight as much as possible because of Advanced Dark Sight, whether it was through Smoke Screen or Shadow Veil or even Pulverize now that puts you in Dark Sight. The next thing was hitting your Trick Blades. Hitting Trick Blade is like super satisfying. And then weaving. Like weaving, you're just constantly doing this like micromanage key inputs, right? Like you're constantly just pressing it at the perfect time. So it was just fun because it's like you're always doing something. There was never like any boring points in Shad. It also has a lot of DPS. I typically like DPS classes more because I like the feeling of when I make gains on my gear, the boss HP actually goes down faster, as weird as that sounds. Like for burst classes, at the end of the day, if you're dependent on your burst like Night Lord, you can, if you 3 burst a boss, even if you get 10% stronger, at the end of the day, you're still 3 bursting the boss. You know what I mean? You still need that 3rd burst to get out. So you'd have to get like 15% stronger or 20% stronger, then you wouldn't need your 3rd burst to come out, which is like crazy to me, to be honest with you. So I like the fact that it has really good DPS, has fun movement as well with Into Darkness and Assaulter. Like those skills are pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, Shad is cool. I might pick it up again someday. I just don't have any plans for it right now. Now, Hayato, obviously, this is the class that I play the most. I've been playing it since 2015, like I said. I've seen everything on this class. Like, every meta, every fucking point where it was dog for so many years. Like, so many years. It was so bad. Like, this class was horrible. Like, from, like, 2015 to, like, 2020 or something, or 2021, it was just, like, so bad. Like this class was like one of the bottom DPS, severely damage capped. Like it was just horrible to play, to be honest with you. But I still stuck through it because at the end of the day, Hayato's movement, its animation canceling, even weaving, precise inputs, meter management, buff management, upkeep, like there's just so much that you have to do on Hayato to play optimally, and I love that. I love that so much. You have to try so hard to play this class perfectly and do good damage output. And I just think that's so good because I've put so much time into this class and I just feel rewarded for it. Like, I feel rewarded. Like, if you, not to like diss anyone here or to be mean or anything, but like if you watch somebody else play Hayato who they haven't been playing it for that long, and then you watch me play Hayato, like there's gonna be a very big difference. And like it feels good because it's like I put so much effort into learning this and practicing it every single day for so many years. I feel like I am rewarded for it, and it just feels really, really good. I like that you have to do a lot. One of the worst points of playing Hayato was when you just held down Shinsoku. It was so boring. All the like end game Hayatos at the time were like, bro, this is the most boring shit ever, because there was a meta at one point where holding down the Shinsoku skill was actually stronger, and like it was just the most boring thing to do. But I like how it is now. I like how difficult the origin is to use as well, because it's like that's another skill curve and skill expression that makes me better than the other Hayatos because I know how to do it, for example. Maybe it's an ego thing. I don't know. Maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe I just like feeling like I'm better than other players. But even before I knew anyone, like I was playing Hayato legit for like 5 years, or maybe not 5 years, it's a bit much, like 3 years where I like didn't know anybody. Like I was just playing it just for the love of the game. Honestly, like it is a weeb class, right? Like I think that's part of it too. Like I just think katanas are super cool. So like just the fact that your weapon is a katana is just sick to me. The animations are very beautiful in Hayato as well. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. Also, the Hayato community. Like the Hayato community is part of the reason why I enjoy it so much. Like I made the Hayato Discord back in the day. United all the Hayatos or whatever, and like it was just fun talking to a bunch of people that were like so passionate about the same class as you. So it was pretty sick. Anyways, I mean, that's about it for this video. Like that's my experience on every single class so far. Maybe I'll do this again next year and see what's changed or something. But definitely let me know what class you think I should play. Sell me on your class. And if you watch the whole thing, I want you to say the words Evan, Cadena, and Mihile in that specific order. That's like the password, so I know that you watched the whole thing. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Shout out to my members: Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Skittles, Dante Victory, CK, J, Kyle, Vampiric X, Fresh and Juicy, Assassin, Henzo, Henrique, and Kelvin. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you everybody who submitted fan art. You can always submit it in the Discord and it'll be put at the end of every video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.